Alright, welcome back. You know, it got pretty interesting whenever we found out that we were going to start pursuing the whole killer motive thing. Although, now that Yu is not here, I'm a little worried she might have gotten offed. When I woke up in the morning, Yu was already gone. And of course, we're not going to have another alibi for this, so this is really going to suck.
You? どこだ?
No response. Now I'm worried. Did something happen to her? Yep, here's the spooky music again. Maybe like with Togoku or Kageyama, she disappeared? Did she get killed by someone? I thought to raise my voice to call her again. But then the culprit might still be lurking around nearby. It'd be more dangerous if he found out I was already up and moving about. I hear something falling down from above me.
上に誰かいる.
Whether it's you or someone else entirely, I'll have to go and find out. That sounds like you. I hear a voice all of a sudden. That was Yu's voice. I didn't like she was panicked. It didn't sound like she was panicked or screaming though. Is Yu upstairs doing something? Is she setting up like a living quarters up here on the next floor up or something? I see some stuff in the corner. I climb up the stairs and reach the upper floor. Nobody in the immediate vicinity. Instead, there's a towel sitting here, as well as a whole bunch of makeup just lying all over. I hear the clatter of things shuffling around from the adjacent room. I can clearly sense someone's presence in the room.
ユウ、そこにいる. あ!
京介、びっくりした。なんで起きてるの?
いや、そりゃ人間なんだから起きるでしょ.
Great answer. I'm a human. I gotta wake up at some point.
そういう意味じゃなくて、いつもはこんな早く起きないじゃん。
目が覚めちゃったんだよ。むしろ、こっちは心配してたんだぞ。起きたらいなくなってるし。
それは、心配させてごめん。でも、こっちは大丈夫だよ。
Hearing that is a huge relief to me, but what is she doing? Is she taking a bath or something? Is she really okay? Oh no.
で、ユウはそんなところで何して。
ちょっと待って。
Yeah.
来ないでよ。絶対来ちゃダメ。バカ、のぞき。
Yep, here's our wacky music.
覗き? 一体何を言って。
Wait a minute. She's hiding behind something with some running water and she doesn't want me to see and said I was peeking.
もしかして今シャワー的なことを。
そういうことだからこっちに来ちゃ絶対ダメなんだから裸だし。
わざわざ言わなくていいって。
I'm gonna end up starting imagining things I shouldn't be imagining.
けどなんだってこんなタイミングでシャワーなんか。
だってもう4日も髪洗ってなくてベタベタだったんだもん。
だからって僕が寝てる間に隠れてコソコソしなくてもいいじゃないか。
よくないの。ものすごく重要なことなの、女の子にとっては。
She vehemently denies my suggestion. For some reason I have nothing else to say in return.
っていうか京介、いつまでそこにいるの？こっちは大丈夫だから下戻っててよ。ここからは乙女の秘密の時間なんだから。
乙女の秘密の時間？
着替えたりメイクしたりってこと。
わかったわかった。邪魔してごめん。どうぞごゆっくり。
After leaving those words, I turn to take my leave, the sounds of the shower behind me, then...
ところでそのシャワー、後で僕も浴びてもいいかな。
はあ、夜に水を運んでからじゃないと多分飲み水が足りないかも。
おい。
Just what is she doing with her precious drinking water? It's still going to be a while until dawn breaks.
なんだか眠くならないな。
I place a chair by the window and stare blankly into the night sky. Oh, now we got the spooky music again. In this world without any man-made lighting, the moon is surprisingly bright. It illuminates much of the city around it. Surrounded by the pale bluish-white light, it's a strange feeling. I woke up a bit too early, and now it feels like I'm having horrible sleeping. Maybe it's because I was so caught up with thinking that my mind's too active now.
今日でもう6日目か。
It feels like time's flowing faster. And despite that, we're still completely in the dark. About why we're trapped in this world. About the culprit that was mentioned in those billboards. But before all that, I'm still here, unable to prove my own alibi. It's frustrating how I can't produce any physical evidence for any of that. I've been thinking about going back to the scramble or the hotel in the hopes of finding evidence while everyone's still asleep. But every time I mention that to you, she would stop me.
ダメだよ、まだダメ。そうやってしびれを切らしたところを捕まえようって思ってるはずだもん。まだ早いよ。もうちょっと待ってみよう。あと1週間。4日ぐらい。ほとぼりが冷めた頃に探しに行こうよ。
You always seemed a little desperate whenever she'd ask me to put it off. I know she doesn't have any bad intention, she's just too cautious. I don't want to cause undue concern for you either, so I end up holding myself back.
京介、眠れない。
Yeah, it would help if we had more than a bed sheet on a concrete floor to sleep on.
ちょっと考え事してて。
私の寝顔を眺めるのが考え事？
たまたまだよ。振り向いた先に優が寝ていただけ。
You gets up and sits beside me.
隣、いい？
もちろん。でも、どうしたの？
眠れない京介に付き合ってあげる。
無理しないで寝てていいんだぞ。
大丈夫。むしろ私はこうしてたいの。ちょっと。
Yu's smile looks almost ethereal to me. It's just like when she went to my room and I had to calm her down. Actually, it feels like Yu's natural spot has been by my side since long ago.
なんなら京介が眠れるように子守歌歌ってあげようか。
優の子守歌か。
そうそう。幼稚園の頃よく歌ってあげたでしょ。お昼寝の時間とかに。
いや、確かにあったね、そんなこと。
We'd have lunch after playing around during our breaks. We'd all huddle up and sleep in the classroom. Our conversation brings back those fond memories. The lullaby Yu would sing also comes to mind.
いや、でも遠慮しておくよ。
なんでよ。
それは。
I can't say it. Though Yu loved to sing as a kid, she was pretty tone deaf. Her lullaby might sound like some sort of freaky curse and I'd end up unable to sleep. But there's no way I can possibly say that. Gotta change the topic somehow.
記憶っていうのはさ、他の記憶と紐付けされて覚えてるものらしいんだ。
待って、急に何の話？記憶？
そう。優の子守歌は確かに好きだったんだけど。なんか、寝相の悪い優に足で蹴られた思い出と紐付けされてるみたいでさ。それまで思い出しちゃうんだよ。
よりにもよってそんな思い出に。
Yu immediately retorts back. Thankfully, though, I can avoid the whole tone deaf thing. Phew. Her having a terrible sleeping posture is true, though.
なんかその紐付け、普通にショックなんですけど。
まあ、それぐらい僕にとってもショックな思い出だったんだよ、きっと。
じゃあさ、他に何か幼稚園の頃の思い出ってないの？
そうは言ってもな。
My memories of kindergarten are already really hazy at this point. Regardless, I try to fish out any memories I have.
そうだな。お昼休み、ジャングルジムで遊んでたらてっぺんから転げ落ちた思い出とか？
むしろなんで忘れないの？そんな痛々しい思い出。
What can I say to that?
忘れられないぐらいショックだったんだよ、きっと。
ちょっと。ジャングルジムの思い出がショックで忘れられないってことは、私に蹴られた思い出もそれと同レベルでショックだったってこと？
She's got a point there. That's basically what I'm getting at. Yu's looking a little pouty there.
そういうユウはどんなことを覚えてるんだよ。
でも私もやっぱりジャングルジムで転げ落ちた京介のことが一番思い出に残ってるかな。
だったらそんなふてくされた顔しないでよ。
As it turns out, the most memorable thing in our kindergarten stint is that little accident. Feels like we were pretty wild back in kindergarten. So I think to myself, also slightly relieved that Yu's mood seems to have improved somewhat.
あの時さ、京介ってば頭打って気を失ってたのね。でも私、それをなんでかわからないけど死んじゃうって勘違いしちゃってさ。私もうギャンギャン泣きながら死んじゃやだ死んじゃやだって叫んでたの。すっごい強烈に記憶に残ってる。
それだけ心配してくれてたんだね。
なんで他人事なの？でもそうだよ。京介ってどこか抜けてるところがあったからさ、昔は。だからいつもなんでだか心配で落ち着かなかった。
I can't really argue otherwise either. I was pretty different back then from who I am now. Like I was kinda slow or clumsy. Basically, I just couldn't quite manage to do some things right. I guess with how long Yu has known me, she's been able to really see my character.
だからね、ジャングルジムの時は本当に不安で、怖くて、心配だった。
Looking back, it feels like Yu started being overprotective of me ever since that jungle gym incident. And that's continued up to today. She's probably grabbed me by the hand and ran away with me here because she was worried.
まあでも、あの事故って結局、すぐ目を覚ましたし、大した怪我もしてなかったんだけどな。
ねえ、ほんと、拍子抜けだよね。しかも、その後のお昼寝タイムも、普通に爆睡してたでしょ？今更だけど、私の心配返してよ。
残念ながら、もう時効だ。
まあ、何事もなかったのは本当に良かったけどね。何事もないといいな。
In response to Yu's sudden remark, I reply back.
何事もない。大丈夫だよ。だから、おやすみ、ユウ。
おやすみ、京介。
Back onto the sheet you go. Being around you puts me at ease. This feeling of fondness within my chest brings out a sense of serenity and relaxation. It's because we're childhood friends and all, that's for certain. But also, at least to me, to have someone so close to you always looking after you. It feels like the warmth of a family, like the one I've lost before. Oh? I tilt my head in puzzlement. Why did I start thinking about a family all of a sudden? Even though it's already been ages since I'd lost both my parents. Is this situation, talking alone with you, somehow related with memories of my family? I ponder the possibility, but I just don't know for sure. Well, whatever. No point thinking about the past here. What's more important right now is to figure out what we do right now. Yu wants us to keep living like this. Her reason being she's concerned. Worried about me going back to everyone, while I still can't even prove my own innocence. I'm honestly happy and grateful for the cinnamon. But still, I know fully well that the stalemate can't go on. I need to act and prove my alibi by finding a certain something to serve as hard evidence. In the end, that might invalidate Yu's obstinate concern and intentions. Regardless, if I come across some kind of proof, or some change in circumstances that might let me prove my innocence, would I be able to make the right decision? You know, that seemed like that was pretty important, right? The whole, like, why am I thinking about you when I'm thinking about my family? What if, like, you know, something really bad happened, right? Maybe this is why they all grew apart as they got older. He can't remember why right now, but, like, something awful happened, and they basically all stopped being friends. Maybe it's because, like, I don't know, you murdered his parents or something. Alright, where are we at now? Another about 10 minutes and then we will stop. So probably whatever scene we're in right now, we'll get through and then we'll be done. I've been with you for a week now. Looking into the scramble with her camera, I can see that everyone's gathered there. Lately, they've been reading the papers from Togoku's father's safe. The first few days, they were looking for us, but it looks like they've given up. Not even once did they enter this building. I suppose they didn't count on us being this close to them. They split up into two groups and leave the scramble. I suppose to look for food? Nikaido is the only one left. She's probably there to keep watch just in case the two of us decide to come back.
Ah, arigato.
After keeping this up for so many days straight, things are starting to feel off. It's like we've been living this way this whole time. Like a family. That's what it feels like. Ever since I refused her suggestion, not once has she brought it up again. We're just going on as usual, as if nothing had happened. Sometimes I wonder, is this alright? Without even any real reason, I would think, aren't I making you suffer like this? You and I have been together for longer than anyone else. But if you ask us whether that makes the two of us the closest, that's probably not true. It's because we know each other so well that there's a certain line that we can't cross. For us to remain good neighbors. I hear a loud sound of something falling from the stairs. It looks like that sound came from a trap that you had set up. The thing is I would imagine whoever's coming would know that, you know, if that went off, they're like, okay, well, clearly they're in this building because there's a trap here designed to warn them. I can hear the faint sound of footsteps from below us. They're going up the stairs. I nod and head with her to the elevator hall. I look around the stairs. Even if they start to search this floor, we can use the empty elevator shafts to go down the building. The ladder inside is already set up. The footsteps are approaching. There's just one set. Looks like whoever it is alone. They arrive at this floor. Alright, get the knife ready, we gotta kill him. Just keep going up. However, the footsteps come to a halt. My heart races. They've begun to search this floor. I don't know what'll happen if we're caught. That goes for me and you. It's Nikaido. She's not here to catch us?
井君のアリバイの話をしに来たの。
My alibi? You pulls on my arm, however I don't move. If there's an alibi for me out there, it's gotta come from someone else.
このまま話続けるか、桜井君。あなたには多分アリバイがあるのよ。影山君がいなくなったあの夜、あなたが部屋にいる映像が残ってる。
This video footage? Video? What does she mean by that?
京介、逃げよう。カレンちゃんはまだ私たちに気づいてないよ。
もう少し聞かせてくれ。
ダメだよ、危ないから。
I waver for a brief moment at Yu's hurried tone. However, I continue to listen to Kaido.
電池式の充電器で充電されたカメラがあるの。それが見つかった。あの日の夜、部屋にいる桜井君の映像があるわ。
So, like, did someone set up a camera in my room?
Huh?
Wouldn't that mean that any doubts about me would be cleared? That's a little, a little sus. As if something so convenient would just happen. But there's no reason for her to lie either. Besides, Nikaido and I have been working together to escape this world. That would make us teammates, even. If there's anyone who'd look for an alibi, it would be her.
この映像は私しか見てない。他の誰にも見せてない。
Can I call out to her? She's an ally. It should be okay.
ユウ、二階堂は味方だ。
ダメ。もしアリバイが本当にあるなら、みんなに共有して、京介の身の潔白を証明してるはず。でも、この場にはカレンちゃんしかいない。彼女は嘘をついてる。京介、逃げるよ。
待って。
逃げよう。お願い、京介。
In the face of Yu's entreaty, I lose my words. Maybe we really ought to run away for now.
ねえ、どうしてカメラがあったと思う？
The sound of her loafers against the floor approaches. The moment I think that, I immediately piece together the sound of something crashing below earlier, and the fact that Nikaido is here.
もしかして。
I don't want to believe it, but I just have to make sure.
京介。
Yu looks at me as I'm frozen in place. Who do I choose? Momono or Nikaido? Oh, okay, so this is the first chance to actually make a visual novel decision. Now, to my understanding, if we want the whole story, we've got to play through this multiple times, which I'm getting a little bit hooked right now, so I'm kind of, at the moment I would say that we probably will, especially considering we can skip forward to this point again in the future. So obviously Nikaido is trying to entice us with the idea that, she's like, well, I found this information, like this camera that was watching you, but the question is, why was there a camera watching you? Now, my very first thought on that, kind of, to me, sounds like Yu knows about cameras, right? Not that anyone else couldn't have set up a camera, but Yu's thing is photography and cameras. Maybe it was her, maybe it was Yu that set this up. Which would sort of explain why Yu is so overprotective, in a sense. Like, she doesn't want us to find out. Maybe, she did freak out about the camera thing, didn't she? She's like, oh, you didn't see the picture, did you? So that would lead me to be a little bit suspicious of you. But of course, Yu is like childhood friend, like, couldn't possibly be bad, right? So it almost feels like it's between these two. And Yu wants us to get away because maybe she knows Nikaido knows the truth. With, of course, Yu being the other side of this equation. Maybe Yu is just suspicious of everybody and is trying to protect her character and doesn't really, know. I am going to save right here. Yep, okay. We're close enough to 2 hours. I will stop here. If you guys have one you're interested in, or I know that somebody, had said they played through this before, so if you know one of these is more interesting, or you're just interested in one of these choices more, let me know. Otherwise, I'll make that decision when I come back. Hopefully, I can do another one before I end up packing up all the VR stuff, but we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and like I said, this is starting to get a little interesting, and I've gotten to my first choice here, so I guess the startup's just a little long. Not saying I haven't played visual novels with long startups before, but the startup is a little long and dull in my opinion, but now we're finally at the point where stuff's getting kind of interesting. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time for some more Tokyo Chronos. Bye!